The MBTI test known as 16 personalities has absolutely lied to you, and there's a pretty damn good chance that if they got your type right, it was just because of pure probability, because everything about the test is just fundamentally broken. I mean, just the way you're taking it. First of all, you're doing seven choices. You have seven choices, and I think there's around 64 questions. By the end of this video, I'll actually give you a verified methodology to get your type 100% accurately without any mistakes, which is a lot better than 16 personalities. But I want to first of all start by ripping apart 16 personalities and then going up the ladder with how good options are you have for getting your type. So yeah, the first option is obviously starting off with 16 personalities, and I have no problem with you starting out with 16 personalities. If you know nothing about MBTI, go ahead, take the test, no problem. It's a great way to start. Maybe not great, but it's a way to start, and I don't think there's any problem with starting with it. But the test is just horrible. I mean, there are 7 options. Your brain cannot comprehend more than 4 things at the same time, let alone 7. What's gonna happen with 7 options is that each time you're answering one of those questions, what you're really going off is the current time. How are you feeling? Are you feeling really extremely introverted? Are you feeling really extremely extroverted? Like, it's just horrible having just two coins, like either yes or no. It's amazing. Now, most people exist on a spectrum of yes or no to any question, if even the question is good to start with, which I'm gonna talk about later. But like, you're never gonna be, like, statistically speaking, you're never gonna be exactly in the middle. You're gonna be somewhere around it. So having a middle option is just pointless, because you're just gonna always be like, oh, if this is too complicated, if you're not extreme on it, you're always gonna just pick middle, which are not very helpful answers, to be honest. And you cannot very much base a type off, because types are about the priority of spectrums of what you're analyzing. But going back to it, 7 options, absolutely horrible. You need to have 2, because when you have 2 options, either yes or no, you really need to be reflective of your own life, of where have you existed in the spectrum. Have you existed more there or more there? Obviously, we all exist near the middle. Nobody's, like, almost nobody, statistically speaking, is gonna be really there or there. It's gonna be somewhere around the middle. Some people are more extreme than others, but what matters is where are you exactly? Are you more of a yes or more of a no? But when you have 7 options, you're just simply not being reflective. You're only being reflective of the current state right now, which may very much not be representative of how you are most of the day. So that's why every single time you're gonna take the MBTI test with long intervals between, you're just gonna have different results, simply because, well, no shit, you're gonna have different results, because you're just answering of how you feel right now and how you are right now, and how you are right now is not a constant. You don't always feel the same. You're not always the same exact level of introvertedness. What matters is how are you throughout your life. That's what matters. And how you are right now may change. This video may make you hate society or love society, you know. That changes, and their questions are horrible because of the way you answer them. But not only that, their questions fundamentally misunderstand the theory. Just because you have a priority for an introverted and an extroverted function does not mean you're introverted. And each type and each function does everything. Like, everyone does everything. It's ridiculous to say that extroverts have to always be looking out for new friends at all times to be extroverts, or introverts cannot go to parties. The questions are ridiculous in themselves and do not make sense when you actually study the theory. The questions are just inherently horrible. Now, there are many, like, better alternative, because, like, 16 personalities is really the bottom of the barrel. Like, anything, like, genuinely, like, even MBTI Type Investigator is a better website. But generally, websites are going to be generalized questions, and generalized questions are going to have generalized problems. So you don't generally want to be on generalized questionnaire websites. Websites are just not a great way to go. And how many times did I say general? I think I generally said generally a lot. So, okay, so websites aren't a great way. Maybe a great way to start, but not such a great way to stay. So what is the next option? The next option would be self-typing. Go watch my videos, go watch anyone else's, any other person's good videos about MBTI theory, and then learn about the functions, and then start asking yourself, are you more of a TI or more of an FI? Okay, you're a TI type. You use TI more than FI. Okay, so boom. yeah, let's say you're just doing the 16 types, okay? Boom, that's 8 types. Okay, next question. Are you more of an NE or an SE type? Okay, you take that out and then boom, that's 4 types that you still have to do, and then you keep going on from there, and it's gonna be pretty easy if you understand the theory. But that's also kind of questionable because you may very well be biased and you may not understand the theory correctly completely, and some outside factors may affect it. So what is the best option? The best option to actually get your type is to go get typed by an external party. Doesn't hugely matter who's that external party, although I personally, despite my bias, I personally would recommend our Discord server where we do free typing sessions. And the reason why you should pick us over anyone else is because we're actually objectively doing it, like even better than Dave and Shen. Because what we do is we have a set of questions and we have a kind of general answer that we want to get out of you. And so the questions are dynamic in case you give us a shit answer. And there's a set of like around 12 questions that you have to answer, depending, you know, these things may change from time. They're not generalized tests, again, that we're doing. So we have a set of questions, and then after those questions are answered, I'll type you, and then your answers will be sent around to different typologists around the world, randomized in a randomized way, to make sure that, to try and like essentially double blind test the way through like your typing session. So we want to make it as scientific as possible, and we're hoping to get MBTI to be more scientific, more accepted by the scientific community. And that's essentially what we're doing. We're gonna do it just simply better than anyone else. No one else is doing what we're doing to get a statistically significant typing of your type, unlike websites or self-typing. So yeah, you'll find the link to the Discord server in the description and in the comments, and I think I might put it here as well. And yeah, peace out.